Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Monday, March 8th, 2010. This morning we're going to go through the easiest way to get started with Store, and that's using the SQLlite connection. A couple of steps I want to explain first. First, you go into the Parcel Manager, go down to Version Control, select Store for SQLlite, right-click and load that. That's a fast load. It brings in the SQLlite connection. If you're a non-commercial, you've already got the basis of Store. If you're in commercial, it'll take a little longer because it has to load the Store base first. Once that's in, if you're on Windows, go here to the SQLlite download page, and what you need is the DLL for Windows. So you scroll down to precompiled binaries for Windows, get this DLL, this is what you need right here, put that in your Windows /System32 directory, and that'll make sure it can be found. So that's what you want to do if you're on Windows. If you're on Mac, things are okay because the SQLlite binaries are already in the right place. If you're on Linux, follow whatever the directions are for your platform to put the appropriate shared libraries in the right place. In any case, once you've got that installed, things are pretty simple. What you do is you come down here and type in store.db registry install database tables and do a do it on it. And it'll prompt you for some information. We're going to use the SQLlite 3 connection. The environment is just going to be a string, and this is going to equate back to a file name it's going to create in my local directory. And this is probably the easiest way to set up a store repository possible. It's not one you want to share with lots of people, but for personal work it's perfect. And the username and password, not terribly important for this, but I'm going to put in sort of an admin password type thing and do a connect. Now it's going to go ahead and create those. I'm going to give it a name called local SQ. Hit OK, install the management tables, and then I'm going to tell it the admin user is called admin. And now I'm basically done with that. The only thing I need to do is come over here, right click, and I'm going to open the repository manager because I want to create a connection profile so I don't have to keep typing this in. So I'm going to call this local SQ. I'm going to tell it that the interface is SQLlite. The environment is again just that string. The username is admin and it's the password I typed in. And I'm going to hit OK. And now at this point what you probably want to do is do an export from File Export to export those repositories out, and it's going to pop up the default platform dialog for your platform, in this case the Mac. I'm going to call this repositories.xml, and I'm going to save it into my working directory here. Just hit a save, and it's going to replace what's there. But I'm okay with that, so I'm going to go ahead and close that down now. And now I can connect to that repository, connect to local SQ. Now just to prove that everything works, I'm going to open up this, create a new package. We're going to call this test package. And we're going to go ahead and create a new class in our package. We'll call the class foo. We'll give it a couple of instance variables, inst1, inst2. Hit OK. Now we're going to just right click here and do a publish. And we're going to call this test publish. Let it default to version 1. Hit publish. And now once that's done, we can come down here and we'll left click. We're already connected, so I'm going to disconnect just to prove that it's working. Reconnect. Now we're going to right click and browse published items. And there's our test package right there with our last published version has no comment. Come down here and there's our publishing comment for this. So the package itself has no comment in it, but this is our publishing comment right there. So it's all working the way we'd expect, and you notice this is the fastest and easiest way to set up a local store repository, as it didn't require me to work with any admins anywhere. I just have to put my SQLlite repository in my own working space on my own system, where presumably I have write access. So I didn't need to do anything funky, I didn't need to do anything weird, I didn't need to go and get an admin's permission to do anything. So easiest way to get started, not one worth sharing with an entire team because SQLlite's not really built for that. But it's a perfect way to have a local store repository. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.